So yeah, my good people, welcome to the first ever Quan X video. I'd like to take this moment and um say that this is a movement of revolution, right? The main objective of Quan X is just to change the trading industry and to help traders actually understand the financial market differently and impact as many individuals as we can so that you guys can be able to see the consistent profits and make um those desirable amount of capital that you guys wish to make, right? We are more about profitability, we are about building systems, we are about showing you guys how exactly does a normal beginner trader or even an advanced trader move from having whatever system that they have, improving it and actually having to obtain the consistent result that they want within the financial market. And also from a beginner trader, how exactly do you start with the basic information, advance, and then actually get to reach the professional trading level, right? So our main objective for today's video is nothing huge, but the market breakdown for gold, as we as the quant traders specialize more um on gold. So yeah, let's get into today's video. And what is it that we can see at the moment? Gold has been bullish for quite a while, right? A major swing structure here, another major swing structure here. Now we're introduced to a new major swing structure here, meaning that price did what? Gave us an impulsive correction, a big impulse, big correction, a big impulsive movement, big correction, which means we are looking forward to seeing price eliminating that high, meaning that this might be what our strong low, right? We are going to be looking for continuation buying structures to impulse the value of price to the upside so that we can come and eliminate that swing high resting above. Right. So now what we have to do now as traders is to look for opportunities within the structure to impulse to the upside so that we can do what we can be able to go and eliminate that high resting above, right? So this means that, okay, since well, we are currently on a daily time frame, what we have to do now is to scale down to a smaller time frame, such as your 4 hour, 1 hour, and other smaller time frames so that we can be able to look for internal setups that can actually drive the value of price to the upside, right? So without wasting any of your time, let's actually scale down to a smaller time frame. But before you scale down to that smaller time frame, we can see that, okay, inside this overall impulsive structure, we have an internal impulse, correction, impulse, which means we're on a correctional structure, meaning that we are going to be looking forward to pushing to the upside to that external swing high, right? Now, if we scale down to a 4 hour time frame, what exactly can we see at the moment? Exactly what I just told you guys about that. Okay, we have what? We had an impulse correction. Now we are impulsing up, which means we are on a correctional structure to do what? To impulse the value of price to the upside, right? So this is our main swing low. So this is our main swing low here, and that's our main swing high, right? So if you scale down to a 1 hour time frame, right? If you scale down to a 1 hour time frame or even a 2 hour, let me check a 2 hour time frame. Not sure if whatever that I'm looking for is available there. But there's a demand area here. There's a demand area that price used to do what? To push to the upside, right? There's this demand area here that price used to impulse to the upside. And then if we were to let's actually look for that demand. 45 minutes. Yeah, so this is the demand area, right? So this is the demand area that price used to impulse to the upside. And then this would definitely be what? This would definitely be our temporary low, right? So one thing that I like about this types of setup is that, okay, price was shifting the structure from what? A correctional structure to an impulsive structure. And then the minute it broke this high, this means that, okay, we had to correct to the downside. But before we correct to the downside, one thing that I've actually um discovered, or one thing that I actually teach most of our students is that whenever you push to the downside, you must look for what? A potential strong supply zone that can do what? Push the value of price to the downside, meaning that this would be what? Our premium zone, our discounted zone, and then here will be what? Or yeah, somewhere around this range here would be our mid zone, meaning that our mid zone's main objective is to reverse the structure of price back to our supply zone. Then we can look for those buying opportunities to the upside to go and eliminate this high here, right? So this is what you're going to be looking for to from price, right? So now what is it that you can see price do? Price pushes to the downside, it then reacts of what? Then reacts of possibly a zone here. It can be an SNR, as you guys can see that okay, there's what? Okay, I think with yeah, there was this SNR here. There was this SNR here that price reacts off. But normally what we want to see as pure supply and demand traders is price bouncing off a demand area. But in this instance, price reacts of what? Reacts of an SNR. And then from there, what we have to do now is to look for short positions, right? When I sell from this zone here, where are you targeting? You're targeting this zone here, right? You're targeting this zone here. And then once you are done selling from that level, once you are done selling from this level, what you need to do now is that you need to start looking for buying opportunities from the demand area, impulsing the value of price to the upside to go and eliminate this high here. So this is what you want to see within the financial market, right? So what does that price do? Price impulses up, and then I think it misses our demand area. Oh my word. I mean supply. Misses our supply zone. And then from there, what does it do? It pushes beautifully so to the downside to come and tap into our demand area. Right. Unfortunately, here price missed that zone, which is it happens, right? Things like this, you are going to encounter them. And then from there, we see that strong impulsive movement to the upside to go and eliminate this high here, right? We'll go and eliminate that high there. Right, as you guys can see that okay, if you bought, your take profit was going to be hit. But now since we're eliminating a major high, right? Since we're eliminating a major high, this means that okay, we are most likely to see an internal retracement back to the downside before we impulse to the upside. So at the moment, I'd say the level that I want to see price retesting is this one here. I want to see price retesting this level here, and then possibly on a 20 minutes time frame or a smaller time frame. Let's check 15 minutes. I'm gonna look for a demand area resting below that level. Check 50 minutes if there's anything. So there is a demand area, but it's too big for me, man. I want a different demand, man. I want a different demand area. Oh, let me just use a support and resistant entry model. Right, let's just use a support and resistant entry model, meaning that okay, we are going to be taking our trades from where? Going to be taking our entry points from this level here, right? Meaning that, okay, whatever that you're supposed to do from here, right, after this major high break, all you have to do is to look for sell structures that can drive the value of price back to the downside to come and tap into your point of interest, and then you can start looking for those impulsive movements to the upside, right? So that's how we are going to be looking for the selling opportunities. As you guys can see that, okay, after that, price does what? It gives us the sell movement, right? Let's just go to 1 hour time frame. Price was still crashing actually to the downside, right? But at the moment, gold has actually done what? It has tapped into the supply zone here. So that's the supply zone that price used to do what? To drive the value of price back to the downside so that it can come and do what? And tap into our band of interest. So this is the level that you want to start looking for our buying opportunities from, right? So that's the level that you want to start looking for our buying opportunities from. But at the moment, what is it that I'm anticipating on gold? Since well, there's a low break here, right? My main objective is to see price actually respecting my main objective is to see price actually respecting the nearest supply zone. So the nearest supply zone, let's check 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45. Okay, my goal now is to see price respecting this. My goal now is to see price respecting the supply zone here, meaning that before this buying opportunities come into play, what I want to see is price reacting of the supply zone here, giving me those sell structures and then pushing down to our point of interest. Then from there, that's when I can say that okay, I want to start looking for those buying opportunities on gold, right? And yeah, it's the same thing, guys. If you can see, we are shifting from an impulsive structure, right, to a correctional structure. But inside this correctional structure, what do we have? Internal impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, which means we're looking for impulsive structures. So the minute we see a shift in price structure, meaning that the minute we see a high break, this means that we are shifting from a correctional structure to a potential impulsive structure. The way also when we broke this low here, we were creating internal impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. The minute price broke that low, there was a shift in price structure from an what do you call this thing? From a correction, from an impulsive to a correction. Now we are gonna be looking for a shift in correction to impulsive movements. But for now, This is what we currently have at the moment on gold. Looking for buying opportunities as the long-term structure. And for temporary setups, you're looking for selling opportunities to actually our main point of interest, right? And yeah, my good people, make sure that you join our free Telegram group. The link is resting below, and make sure that you trade with us, right? We are going to be launching some exclusive programs for you guys, and I'm looking forward to working with some of you guys. And yeah, other than that, we wish you nothing but a profitable trading week and happy trading.